Welcome to Attican Plays Sweet Transit. Alright, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Series 1, Episode 10 of our first look at Sweet Transit. Now, in the last episode, we did our cleanup of Proctorville 1 station here, cleaned up its entry and exit so it's moving more efficiently, and we set up a warehouse down here in Chesapeake strictly for the freight. We did that with a kind of a master plan in mind, and it'll slowly unfold here, hopefully. First thing, I've got a little list of things I need to fix. The first one is the coal line. This guy here. Remember, what prompted me to make this freight station, which I was planning on doing anyway, was because we had this big, long coal line running down here on this tiny little passenger station. So we want to change it to the freight line or the freight station and flip it over to unload. So that's one thing that's a little bit of a fix. The second thing is the plan here is to end up running some stuff from Proctorville down to Chesapeake. And what I realized is I was kind of thinking about the limitations of, this is the only warehouse you can have, but it isn't. It isn't the only warehouse. It's the warehouse for your building materials and your support material, like your coal. But Proctorville is a warehouse. Proctorville has a lot of stuff in it. It's got wheat and cotton and cut stone and clothing and bread and all kinds of stuff in it. And we can treat it just like a warehouse, and that's why we're going through all this. We are going to treat it like a warehouse. You can see we kind of are already. We've got stone coming out of there, going over to our building materials area. Then we've got the quarry product being delivered in there. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to want to grow Chesapeake. Now, we get Chesapeake to at least 1,500 people, and why will become clear a little later. So 1,500 people, we're going to need to have a third fish, which is easy enough to add right there. There we go. It's up and running. And we want to build a 60. I think of these houses, buildings as kind of units of 20 because that's what the fish will support, 20, 40, 60. So we're going to put in 60 houses, and should have 40 right now. Let me make sure. Yep, so we're going to make it 60. So let's expand these roads. Let's expand these roads so that we can tell how far out we can build. Pretty far. 2, 4, maybe. 2, 4. There, we're starting to see the boundaries of how far our station will reach. And remember, we want to put our workers within the catchment area of the station so that they can go to work. Okay, so there we can see 3, 6, 9, 13. We can put 13 right over there. There's probably more room up here, I'm sure. There's 2 and 5 right there. Some more up here. Let's just build some roads. We can put 4 here. We can put them here. I don't want to crowd this too much. I probably don't want to go past here, but we could certainly build here and here, and we could probably go out this way a fair amount if we want to. 2, 4, like this. Yeah, we're starting to see the limits out here. It actually goes out this way. We can probably put 3 here even. 2, 4. We don't need this much space, but just to give us an idea. So there you can kind of see, well, if we added a little more right here, we can see the actual influence of the station. And remember, that's just the influence in this direction. Because we have a centralized one, we can go over here and build another little pizza slice on this side. It won't be quite as big because you're losing this first little bit, but we can put a decent sized pizza slice over here if we want to. We don't need to right now. Our goal is to hit 60 houses because with 60 houses, if we, and we've been through this before, but let's do it again for review. If we add potatoes, that's going to make a capacity of 20. And if we add clothing, that's going to make it 25. And even bread will make it 30. Well, if we just do the potatoes and clothing, 25 times 60 is 1,500. I think it is. And so that's going to get us where we want to go. So let's build some houses. Let's go. Let's see. How many is that? 3 more. And let's see how we did on the water and the mark. Oh, beautiful. They all fit beautifully in there. So we've got a nice little town of 60. We're only using 2 markets, 1 church, minimal water towers. So this will grow up to 15 times 60 right now. And it ran out of fuel just as it was coming in there, I think. I wonder, do we have coal? No, we do. We do have coal here. We have to watch that. This should be our coal train coming in right here, as a matter of fact. And it is. Okay, so, all right, so we're growing Chesapeake, but what we really want to do to grow them is to bring, at a minimum, potatoes and clothing down here. And what I want to do first, before we do that, is make a nice line for it. Right now, if we set one up, it's more than likely going to go like this and down here through this warehouse and around and down. And we don't want that. We want to give it a nice, almost straight line down here on our main line, down here. This is all shunt line for the warehouse, but come in beside it like this, hook into our Chesapeake loop down here, and we should be good to go. And I'd like to make it even 2-way here. So if we look at, let's see, what we got here. If we look at this, we need to, if we want to have a line coming up, it needs to run here, and then the other one can be over here, so we don't step on this. We don't want to step on our bricks. So, I think we're going to, no. It keeps wanting to delete stuff in here. I don't want it to. All right, let's just blow up some track right there. And we know we can go up to that. So let's use our T-junction and put it like this. How far up? Well, we could even put it. Yeah, that works. So let me do this. Let me run some tracks so I can tell where I am and hook this in. Is that right? Yeah, here we go. All right, we'll put a little T-junction in there right there, and then we'll hook our line that comes out of. Let me get rid of this right here, and then hook into that. So going down that way. This piece here we're not even going to use. We can delete back here. We won't mess with this structure. And then we'll come up here like so. And now we've got a line that's coming down like this. And like so. Ah, shoot. No. Okay, here, and it's actually going to, we've turned it around now, it's actually going to go back that way. This one's going to come down here, and I gotta get rid of these. Let's just get rid of these until we get this straight. Okay. And don't need that. And that looks, let's go down till we're 2 away. There we go. And I don't know if I gave him credit for this or not yet, but I will now. Johnny Hodges mentioned you hold control down and you kind of sweep it along a line where you screw up like that and have signals you don't want, and it gets rid of all of them. So I'm holding control down while I do the remove rail signals and just running it along the line and kind of sweeping them up. Chain into that intersection and into this one. And Darren sent a note. He's absolutely correct that you do not have to have chain signals at a merge. Like, for example, here. We've got chain signals going to this where two lines are merging into one. And you do not have to have, if I put block signals here instead of chain, that would work because it might perhaps let one of them go in here, but it wouldn't matter because the other one's going to wait on it, and it's the same effect. In fact, it might even be slightly more efficient in certain circumstances to have the block signals to let one of the trains bump ahead a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep following my rule of chain in and block out, just so I don't have to think very much. You know, thinking is not a core strength of mine. And so I don't want to think if I don't have to. Although I don't mind thinking here and saying, don't go till you can go all the way through or all the way down. Don't go until you can get into a station. So that one's fine. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Let's get some signals, get some signals here. We got block out of the intersection and then run our signals. And then down here, I'm going to delete that one and put it back in and drag it down so that we can put signals down through here. Okay. All right, and now we should, well, no, we're not done, but we're close. We're making progress. Go like this, and then what we're going to do is bring this line back up and come in like so. And what? No, it's not right. And we'll try to avoid junctions that we don't, that we don't need. If we don't have to have a junction, if we've got a clean way of getting around it, we're going to get around it. So we're going to come like this, go like that, and then you can come off like this. There you go. Go down like that, and then come down and hook in like so. Now what we've created here is basically an alternative way to go from Proctorville, specifically Proctorville 1 to Chesapeake, but just down to Chesapeake in general from up north. So we're going to chain in and run some signals down through here. And then we're going to run some signals back. It won't let me, so I'm going to delete and put it back and drag up through there. And now what we've done is set up and here's an example of how we really don't need chain signals here because the blocks will behave the same way, but they cost exactly the same, and I just want to stay with the habit so that I don't mess one up down the road. I want to eliminate as much thinking as possible. Okay, so there we go. Now we've got a nice shot Proctorville, Chesapeake, and back, and we're going to take advantage of that, and we're going to haul potatoes. Now the potatoes. Oh, well, no, we're not. First thing we're going to do is bump our potato production up a lot. We've got this reward sticking out here, a couple $100,000 and a $250,000 cap, which would put us up to $1.45 million on our cap. And so we are going to go full bore kernel failure here and blow up the entire potato operation. Then, because we've learned how to better use the distribution centers, So we're going to put it so that its corner is touching right there. Then we're going to build a road down to the end and over there. And notice that this potato farm now, this potato farm station is connected to this distribution center. And then we're going to build 8 potato farms, because when they're fully operational, they can do 60 apiece. So that'd be 8 times 60 would be 480. So we're going to get a potato farm, and we're going to tuck the first one right here in this corner. We'll put its storage back here, and I'm going to show you a couple of things about this, and then I'll just shut up and build it. As long as you touch you have to touch some. Your crop has to touch some part of the farm, and then you're good. So we can go out like this and come down like this. And if we want to, we could grow potatoes. See this? We could grow we could grow the potatoes right back here. That would be absolutely fine. We're not going to do that because I don't want to. I can see track changes here, but let's go. We can go this way and drag it out till it hits 120, and there we go. There's our first potato farm. So just following those principles, put down the farm, make sure it has its storage. Storage is very important so that you have enough room to store your product as you're waiting on trains to come back. And then drag your fields out, make sure they touch one, that's it. And they can build out to a certain area and no farther. So we're going to do that. I'm going to build 8 of them, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, I'm back because I screwed up big time. Goodness gracious. Meant to extend this road out here to this corner and then up here. We want to be building out here in a way, and then we can fill this in. It was okay to have farms in there, but I really was not doing what I thought I was doing. This is what I wanted to do. And then drag down like this. We can fill in that space. Get our 120. There we go. All right. And then this next one, I do have to be careful since this is in that corner like that. We need to be careful on the next one to make sure that it's touching this. If we put it here, it wouldn't work. It's got to be tile facing on the road like that. Whoops. Yeah, that's right. Potato storage. All right, so there we have 8, I think. Yeah, no, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I need one more. Okay. There we have 7. We'll add one more. We're going to extend this road. Keep going around the boundaries. And we'll put in one more potato farm right there. Give it its storage. Paint back this way. Drag it out till we have 120. And I've been checking these to make sure we keep the 120. If we come up a little short on one, we won't hit our goal. We'll come up short of the 480. We need them all. So now we have 8 potato farms connected. They're all fully cropped, if you will. You can see that. It just looks like a nice big potato field. And we've only used this much space. A little more than a side to get 8. So you could probably get a good 6, 12, 20, maybe even 24 potato farms around this if you wanted to, with a large station. Okay, so let's check on this. We've got this train 6 here you see how short it is. It's a holdover. This is probably a goof from long ago. Probably meant to upgrade this to a big train and actually ended up buying a big train, which is awfully easy to do. So I'm going to upgrade this to a big train because we have so much of it now. We're going to need a big box car. We'll confirm that. So now we're going to have 2 large trains hauling our potatoes. But we've also got 8 times 40, 320 people we need, workers. So we're going to take the worker train for this one, which would be this guy, and we're going to upgrade it to an 8, which we don't have yet. So we're going to go in here and set up a P8. Make a new one, a new preset called P8. It's going to be a 20 with a tender and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wagons. It'll hold 320 people, sure enough. And we're not going to build it. We're going to take this train right here and upgrade it to, not that, to a P8 and confirm. Okay, so now we should be able to get 320 people over there, assuming we have enough workers. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. To make sure we get this task closed, get that money, and quit worrying about it, we're going to go to that line that is the, that one's been there forever. That's some line started to make and got distracted and didn't finish it. It's been sitting there for well, it's been sitting there since before we had Route 18. Let's see. Passengers, Pville to the potatoes. That's it. What we're going to do here on the swap workers, we're actually going to tell it to get a full passenger load. So it's going to just sit there and load until it has a full load, and we can get 320 people out there and get that task done. All right, we are making bricks. You see we have a lot of no worker problems, but I'm not worried about that right this minute. We'll keep growing Chesapeake rather. And anyway, all of that, we did all of that so that we could set up this. Besides just getting that task done, or that bonus deal, we're going to set up a line. And I apologize, there's a lot of noise going on right now. I'll edit it down as best I can, but I can only do so much. We've got the lawn mowing. We've got Oakley is having another one of our union meetings. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Here's Route 17 again. And we're going to have a line that is potatoes from Pville 1 to the Chesapeake. The Chesapeake freight station. So we're going to go Proctorville 1, and we're going to make sure we go to load, and we're going to load for full cargo, and we're going to get potatoes. We're going to filter it down to potatoes, and you're going to go to Chesapeake, and you're going to unload whatever you have until you're, until you are completely empty. That's going to be our line. Then we're going to go over here and grab ourselves a big box car and build it and put it on that potatoes Pville to Chesapeake. So now we're treating Proctorville as a warehouse. And then we're going to do this again. We're going to say, okay, we need another line, which is going to be close. We need our close line from Pville 1 to CHF, and we're going to say Proctorville 1, you're going to load until you are full, and you are going to Chesapeake Freight, and you're going to unload until you are empty. And I want to check that potato line. I did set it to unload down at the other end. I did not. That's so easy to miss. When you're coming from a city to a freight, well, out of a city to something else, it kind of naturally goes that way. So a load, unload, okay, good. And then we need a train for that, and that's going to be another box car. that clothing line, I want to filter it for clothes. Okay. And I want to put this train on close, Proctorville to Chesapeake. Deploy all this stuff and go. There's our big passenger train. So let's check out the route that this guy wants to take. See his planned route? It's beautiful. Go down here, take our new bypass or shortcut, come on down and go back, kind of sort of the same way. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So now we should be, there's our potatoes. And is this clothes? There's our clothes. We've got potatoes and clothes headed down to Chesapeake. We've got Chesapeake as a 60 city, so to speak. And with the addition of potatoes and clothes, it should be able to grow to 1,500. We can just watch this house. Watch something come in here. See, there comes potatoes. Potatoes are being loaded into the warehouse in Chesapeake. Clothing's being loaded in, and now our guy goes off and gets his stock replenishment, and sure enough, we've got houses that'll hold 25, and we're going to have a nice growth spurt here up to 1,500 in Chesapeake. So that was pretty easy. I don't know what goal we just hit, but we just added to our capacity. We're at 1.6 million. We have 6,700. I assume that's overall, isn't it? Yeah, 5,400 here and a bunch down here. Okay, good. So we'll end up at 54, 59, 6,900 when Chesapeake finishes this little growth spurt. And what we want to do, we're going to have more laborers down here. So we want to bump up this. We're going to bump up our brick production. We're going to add a couple of more kilns and a couple of matching drying yards and kind of double that up, and that's going to change this. This is going to go, let's let it run and see what the impact is. Oh, well, it's there. We need 100. So we need 100 laborers now here, and we need 40 at the clay pit. So that's 140. We're going to need to run a 160, which would be a 4. So our Chesapeake, our train that's doing the clay bricks passenger or worker line is going to need to upgrade to a 4. It is no, it's a 3. It's a 3. We need to move it up to a 4. And confirm. There we go. Okay. And we're getting worker, people want to work, errors, no problem. Love it, love it. Okay, another thing we need to deal with is traveling. I forgot to do it when we first started this. When you have more than one village, the people now get this idea that they want to travel and visit the other village. So you see here we're getting a 10% happiness hit on our laborers because they can't travel. Now this is easy to get rid of. We're just going to set up one line. We're going to set up one line, and we could do more because there'll be plenty of them, but we're just going to have one line. Travelers, Pville 1 to CHP, the Chesapeake Passenger, and we're going to go 1 to CHP, but this is going to be swap travelers. That's new functionality that we just opened up. We opened up a little bit ago when we opened up Chesapeake, really. So we got a swap travelers line, and we're going to put, and thanks to those of you who reminded me of this, it was in the plan to do it, but I really should have done it prior. So thank you guys. We're going, P5 is the biggest train we can really comfortably run in that small station down there. So we're going to build it, and we're going to put it on the Travelers line and deploy. Now we've added a bunch of trains, and so we're going to have to watch our coal and make sure that we're not messing it up. But it's at the right number right now. It's at 700, which is great. And we have 2 in there unloading, so that's all good. And you can see our coal production. We've only got 60 in there, but that train hasn't come back. The passenger train hasn't made a loop all the way up there yet. This should be it right there, I'm thinking. That fella right there, he's got 160 workers on there, so he should have no trouble. There we go. Now we're doing as well as we can. 50%, we're making 23 a minute, and so our labor problems are dropping quickly. All right, as we build up our labor pool here in Chesapeake, see it's already up to 1,500s. So it's flying now. So we got 1,500 in Chesapeake. We've got, and the other thing we could do, easily enough, it does us no good to hit the 1,500 magic number, which again I'll explain later, if we don't have these guys fully supplied. So we need bread down in Chesapeake. Well, we're making bread up in Proctorville. And right now we have, we have 2 wheat farms that are producing like 240. And I think we have 3 bakeries, needing 180. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio between wheat and bread. And we could actually put another bakery in Proctorville, which would then generate 60, which is exactly what we need in Chesapeake. So let's do that. Let's build a bakery. We can put it, we can put it right there, and we'll give it a little road goes up here like this. Now it should. Oh, now notice it's not getting storage. That's because this storage is like this, and this is on the other. This is right next to it, but it can't reach it. So if we put a little road right there, now it needs people. It'll get its people, and there we go. Now we are producing bread at a clip of 240. And what we can do now is set up our third little line here and say, okay, I want you to go from, this is going to be the bread line, from Pville 1 to CHF. And that'll be here. We want to load full cargo, go down here, unload, empty cargo, and we want to have this is again a box car. Box cars take a lot of your kind of finished products. So we've got a bread line, Proctorville to Chesapeake. We're going to fire that up, and got nothing else to do. We'll just watch it. And look, oh, whoa. You see that? It's loading potatoes. I don't want potatoes. I want you to load bread, okay? So much so that I'm going to send that train to the depot and start over. Just wasted some potatoes, but actually didn't, because at the end, it doesn't matter. As long as you're making enough, it actually literally doesn't matter. All right, so now let's see if it doesn't load bread. Do what we want it to do. Here we go. That's better. Now we're loading up 600 bread to take down to Chesapeake. And it's following our new route that we just set up. And I haven't even noticed. I think we got our bonus for the potatoes, didn't we? We must have. Anyway, look at these guys now. Now, there we go. They got bread. Now they can add 5 more people per house. Another 5 times 60, 300 people. That's going should take us up to like I think 1,800. They stopped growing because there's no work. But now we get it. And now that message popped up because, let's pause and talk. Okay. Advice. We hit the bricks is what happened. We finished our brick production. Once you've hit certain requirements, you'll be able to improve some city buildings through upgrading them. You can upgrade buildings by selecting them and picking the upgrade option on the context menu. That's this menu that pops up when you select an individual thing. Alternatively, you can pick upgrade from the build list. That's this guy when you like click here and open up the build list for the whole town or something like that. Okay, we got that. So it's not totally clear, but one thing to do, you have to do, if you want to upgrade anything else here, you have to first upgrade your village hall and make it a town hall. And you can see anything you want to upgrade, it's going to have requirements, and they come out like this. It says upgrade to town hall, and it says you have to have 1,500 inhabitants. That's the 1,500 magic number. We have 1,756. They have to be 100% happy. We're at 134. Very happy down here in Chesapeake, and you have to have some wood, some stone, some bricks, and some money, and we're going to do that. And now we've got this lovely town hall down in Chesapeake. Okay? And one of the reasons we wanted to upgrade specifically Chesapeake was because I want to be able to do this next thing, which is craftsmen. Okay? So if we look at our city list, they want, Now, you may want to bulk up your workforce with some more experienced hands. Towns can attract craftsmen, skilled workers who will turn out advanced goods and pay higher taxes if taken care of. You can upgrade laborers' residences to craftsmen residences. Got it. So we can go in here and pick a building and upgrade it if we have what we need. And right now we're still waiting on a couple of these to grow. And that work, now here's what's stopping us. We don't have enough work for all these people. I think we possibly do have enough work, or don't we? That's an interesting question. Oh, our clay's hanging there. Our coal's hanging in there. It looks good. It's still 700. Good deal. It's 700, and we got it loading back here and back here. Excellent. Need something else for these people to do. Ooh, look at that stone. That stone's getting a little low. What if some of our folks in, let's see, is there a quarry nearby that we could grab? Any mountain. There's a mountain range right here. So let's go out here. Let's see if we could maybe give them jobs. Getting us some... Oh, we can't... that's the other thing I wanted to show you. If you remember, this line right here was the end of our village. Well, we're now a town. We have a town hall. Look at our influence now. See this? See that? It went out. It went out in all 4 directions. Expanded out. So we have a bigger footprint for Chesapeake now. We have a huge area we can build in. When we get up here to Proctorville and do the same thing and upgrade it, it's going to expand out too. It's going to go out past this, out this way in every direction, which is excellent. It's good and bad. I mean, it does. The only thing about it now is there's space down here that Chesapeake's reserving that we can't build anything else in. So, for example, if I wanted to put a quarry, I can't do it because it's now inside. That mountain is now inside the town. I could maybe, and I can't even put one out there. So we'll have to pick another spot. That wasn't a great spot anyway because you can't really upgrade it. We could do over here. Yeah, we could do something over here. Put it. Oh wait, this mountain range through here is excellent. If we want to feed Chesapeake. So I tell you what, next episode we will decide if we want to feed Chesapeake with some jobs making stone, or what do we want to do with them, and do we really have a labor problem, or do we have, are we just not? I think we do. I think we do have we have more workers than things to do right this minute, which is kind of good actually. And so we will deal with all of that in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Sweet Transit video. Thank you.